to make us a fortune.
In the late 1920s, television is on the cusp of becoming a reality. And radio giant David Sarnoff wants this new technology under the control of RCA. But by August 1930, Philo Farnsworth is already way ahead of him. 3 years earlier, the young inventor submitted a patent for his design, and finally, it's been approved. According to the United States government, Philo Farnsworth is the inventor of electronic television. His patents will last for 17 years, and now he's in reach of his ultimate goal: a television in every American home, with the Farnsworth name on it.
Is that it?
David Sarnoff has spent $100,000 to recruit Vladimir Zworykin to develop a television for RCA.
Well, we just need to figure out a way to keep the negative charge from building up on the screen.
In other words, his works and ours doesn't.
Sarnoff refuses to be beaten to the most important invention of the 20th century. So he makes a bold move to put television at the forefront of RCA.
It's impossible to boil David Sarnoff down to one thing. He's either a corporate visionary or the most ruthless robber baron you can possibly imagine.
Despite the fact that Farnsworth owns the patent, Sarnoff announces that RCA will invest $1 million in developing a television.
David Sarnoff thought that if he couldn't buy up a patent outright, he would steal it. And if he couldn't steal it, he would find a way to delay progress, to give his own team time to do the same thing in a different way. To his way of thinking, that was how the game was played.
Farnsworth can see the race is heating up, and if he wants to compete, he has to move fast.
Farnsworth faced a choice. Either he could raise massive amounts of capital and begin manufacturing televisions himself, or he could license his patents and begin working with a radio company that knew how to manufacture this kind of equipment.
In an effort to get his television to market before RCA, Farnsworth turns to a Philadelphia-based radio manufacturer called Philco. But just when Farnsworth is starting to make progress, he is blindsided by the power of David Sarnoff. Philco, like almost every other radio manufacturer, has to license radio patents from RCA.
Would you look at the numbers?
And when David Sarnoff learns of their television partnership with Farnsworth, he decides to flex all of his muscle.
What Sarnoff ends up doing, essentially, is pressure Philco to get out of television by saying, if you keep working with Farnsworth, we will stop allowing you to use RCA's radio patents.
Philo? Philo.
Philco's backing out.
What?
Sarnoff's aggressive tactics have backed Farnsworth into a corner. If Farnsworth is going to win, he'll have to find a way to strike back.
We're gonna sue him.
Philo.